Anandan. Today we are going to discuss about the fast decoupled load flow method. Okay, in the previous class we are discussing about the decoupled load flow method. Okay, it is the extension of a Newton-Raphson method. Okay, the decoupled load flow method is the extension of a Newton-Raphson method. Okay, what are the drawbacks that will be obtained in the Newton-Raphson method that will be overcome in the decoupled load flow method? And by using this fast load flow method, we easily obtain the voltage drops and we easily obtain the power flow solutions by using these fast flow decoupled load flow methods. Okay, first of all, what are the assumptions would be taken for that fast decoupled load flow methods? Okay, in that, first assume cos of delta P minus delta Q is equal to 1. Okay, assume cos of delta P minus delta Q is equal to 1. Okay, next assume GPQ sine of delta P minus delta Q is less than or equal to BPQ. Okay, these are the assumptions that would be solving for that load flow solutions. Next assumption, QP is less than VP square BPQ. Okay, for assumptions, we get HPQ equal to LPQ, that is equal to minus VP, VQ, BPQ. Okay, where P is not equal to the Q. And then HPP is equal to LPP. LPP is equal to minus VPP, VP square P equal to Q. Okay, these are the assumptions that would be taken. Okay, next delta PP equal to VP, VQ, BPQ, delta Q. Okay, that is the equation number 1. Okay, next we are considering delta QP equal to VP, VQ, BPQ, delta Q, delta VQ. Okay, this is the equation number 2. Okay, neglecting angle shifting effect of a phase shift, that is B bar matrix, that will replace with the B. Okay, next dou del theta by dou delta is equal to 0. Okay, this is the one assumption, dou theta by dou delta is equal to 0. Next dou P by dou V and V equal to the 0. Okay, next divided by 1 with 2. Okay, divided by equation number 1 with 2. Then we obtain VQ equal to 1 per unit. Neglect the series resistance. Okay, neglect the series resistance. Okay, by multiplying this equation, the equation 1 becomes delta P by VP equal to B bar delta delta. And equation 2 becomes delta Q by VP equal to B double bar delta VP. Okay, these are the equations for finding the fast decoupled load flow solutions. Okay, these are the various assumptions. Okay, these are the various assumptions that will be taken to find out the load flow solutions by using the fast decoupled methods. Okay, fast decoupled methods. Okay, this will be applicable when we are solving the load flow equations in the problems. In that case, we are taking these assumptions. Okay, that's why I am mentioning these assumptions. Okay, these assumptions will be useful for solving the load flow equations. Okay, that will be observed in when we are solving the problems. Okay, first we are taking the one example problem. Okay, then we are taking the one example problem. Okay, perform the iteration of a fast decoupled load flow method. Okay, by using this single line diagram, we perform the load flow equations method by using the fast decoupled method. Okay, in that bus 1, okay, how many buses are there? We are having the 3 buses. Okay, this is the bus 1, bus 2 and bus 3. Okay, we are having the 3 buses, that is bus 1, bus 2 and bus 3. Okay, the slack bus 1 is taken as the slack bus. Okay, taking bus 1 as the slack bus. Okay, slack bus means that the voltage V is equal to 1.05 plus J0, 0. Next, we are considering as the bus 2 is the PV bus. Okay, bus 2 is the PV bus, that is PV bus is equal to V2 equal to 1.03 per unit and P2 equal to 0.5 per unit and 0.1. Okay, Q2 equal to 0.3. Okay, then load bus. Third bus is the load bus. That is P and the Q values is given. Okay, this is the given data. By using this given data, we solve the load flow equations by using the fast decoupled method. Okay, by using the fast decoupled method. Okay, bus 1 is taken as the slack bus, bus 2 is the PV bus, and bus 3 is the load bus. Okay, in that question, bus 1 is taken as the slack bus 2 is taken as the PV bus 3 is taken as the load bus. Okay, this is the given data. Okay, by using the data, first of all, we form the Y-bus matrix. Okay, by using this given data, first of all, we form the Y-bus matrix. Okay, how many buses are there? We are having the 3 buses. Then the dimension for that Y-by matrix is the 3 by 3. Okay, then the dimension for that Y-bus matrix is the 3 by 3. Okay, therefore, Y-bus is equal to Y11, Y12, Y13, Y21, Y22, Y23, Y31, Y32, Y33. Okay, these terms will be determined and then form this Y-bus matrix. Okay, first of all, Y11. Okay, we are taking the Y11. Okay, coming to the diagram, this is the first bus. Okay, Y11. Y11 means the 1, 2 and 1, 3. Okay, therefore, this is the impedance values that will be given in the question. Okay, this is the impedance. Y11. Okay, how we will calculate that Y11 value? Y11 means the, okay, therefore, Y11 is equal to, okay, which parameters that will be connected to the bus 1? 1, 2. Okay, this is the 1, 2 and this is the 1, 3. Okay, this is equal to the Z12 and this is equal to the Z13. Okay, and this is equal to the Z13. Okay, therefore, Y11 is equal to 1 by Z12 plus 1 by Z13. Okay, 1 by Z12 plus 1 by Z13. Okay, which buses, which elements that will be connected to the bus 1 means the Z12, Z13. Okay, that's why we are calculating that Y11 like this. Next, Y22. Next, we are calculating the Y22. Okay, this is the 2. Okay, which para elements that will be connected to the bus 2? That is YZ21 and Z23. That means 1 by Z21, 1 by Z21 plus 1 by Z23. 1 by Z23. Okay, this is the Z23 value. Okay, this is the Z23 value. And this is the Z21 value or Z12 value. Okay, next we calculate the Y33. Okay, Y33. Okay, this is the third bus. Okay, which elements are connected? That is Y13, Y23. Z13, Z23. Okay, Z13 plus Z23. Z13 plus Z23. Okay, this is the diagonal elements. Next, we calculate the non-diagonal elements in the Y-bus matrix. Next, we calculate the non-diagonal elements. That is Y12, Y31, Y12, Y13, Y23. Okay, y12 is equal to the y21. Okay, y12 equal to the y21. 21. Okay, that is equal to minus of 1 by z12. Okay, minus of 1 by z12. Okay, next y31 is equal to minus of 1 by z13. Y31 equal to minus of 1 by z13. Next, y32 equal to minus of 1 by z23. Y32 equal to minus of 1 by z23. Okay, substitute all these values in this formula, then we determine the non-diagonal elements. Okay, this is the diagonal elements and these are the non-diagonal elements. Okay, minus of 1 by z12, minus of 1 by z13, minus of 1 by z23. Okay, this is the y bus matrix. Okay, after calculating these values, then form the y bus matrix. Okay, after calculating these values, then we form the y bus matrix. Okay, understand, ma? In any type of method, that is Gauss ideal method, Newton-Raphson method, and decoupled method, and fast decoupled method, before going to solving the problem or before going to load flow solutions, first of all we are calculating the y bus matrix. Okay, in any type of method. Okay, first we are calculating the y bus matrix. Okay, that matrix will be depending upon the size of the matrix, that will be depending upon the number of buses. Okay, next, this is the y bus matrix. Okay, this is the y bus matrix. Okay, in the fast decoupled method, we will determine the G11 and G and the B values. Okay, in the fast decoupled load flow methods, we are calculating the G and B values. Okay, that's why we are calculating like this. First of all, this is the y bus matrix. Okay, this is the y bus matrix. Okay, in this y bus matrix, this is y11. Okay, this is y12 and this is y13. Okay, next one y21, y22, y23. Next y31, y32, y33. Okay, first normally y is equal to g minus jb. Normally y is equal to g minus jb. Z is equal to r plus jq. Okay, same as that of y is equal to g minus jb. Okay, this is the value for that y11. Y11. Therefore y11 is equal to, okay, therefore y11 is equal to G11. Okay, y11 is equal to G11 minus J B11 minus J B11. Okay, what is the G11 value? 5.384 minus J B11. Okay, this is the G11 value and this is the B11 value. Okay, this is the B11 value and this is the G12 value and this is the B12. Okay, B12 means this is the B12. B12 means minus. Okay, why? Because we are taken as the minus. The y is the G minus JB. Okay, First, we are writing the G11. G11 is equal to 5.38 and G22. Okay, this is the G22, 5.9. Next, G33, 3.59. Next, G12. Okay, G12 is equal to minus 3.84. Next, G13 is equal to minus 1.53. Next, G23. G23. This is the G23 value minus 0.25. Next, B11. Okay, this is the B11 value. Already we are having the minus term, then plus 31.53. Next, B22. Okay, this is also minus, then 24.71. Next, B33, 17.78. Next, B12. Okay, 12 means in that we are having the plus, therefore B12 is equal to minus 19.23. Okay, B12 equal to 19.23. Okay, this is the B12 or 21 value. Next, B31 or 13. Okay, this is also plus, then we are considering as minus 12.3. Okay, like this, first of all, we are write down the G11 and G values and the B values by using this Y-bus matrix in the fast decoupled method. Okay, in the fast decoupled method, first of all, we form the Y-bus matrix. After that, we determine the G and the B values. Okay, after that, we determining the G and the B values. Okay, understand, ma? This is the last topic in the second unit. Okay, in the second unit, basically we are having the 4 topics are there. That is, first topic is the Gauss-Seidel method. Second one is the Newton-Raphson method. Third one is the decoupled method, and fourth one is the fast decoupled method. Every method we are having the derivation, flow chart, and also the some example problem. Okay, this is the last method in the second unit. Next, perform the fast decoupled load flow method. Okay, the formula for that fast decoupled load flow method is this is delta P2 by delta V2 dash by delta P3 by delta V3 dash is equal to, okay, the matrix is minus B22, okay, minus B22 minus B23. Why? Because we are taking as the 2 by 3 matrix means the first plus we are taking as the slack bus, that is the reference bus. Okay, that's why the B and the G matrix are considering as the 2 by 2 matrix. Minus B32 minus B33. Okay, this is the P by V values and this is the delta. This is the delta. Okay, delta P3 by delta V3 equal to minus B33 into delta V3. Okay, minus B33 into delta V3. Okay, we are already calculating these B values. Okay, we are already calculating these B values. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula for performing the fast decoupled load flow equations. Okay, this is the formula for performing the fast decoupled load flow solutions. Okay, by using this formula, we are calculating the voltages and also angles, power angles, that is the delta. Okay, first we are calculating the PP values. Okay, this is the delta P2 and delta P3, delta Q2 and delta Q3, and delta 2. Okay, we are already calculating these values. Then we calculating delta P values, delta Q values, and delta values. Okay, these values already we are calculating in the decoupled method and Newton-Raphson method also. Okay, what is the formula? That is PP equal to VP sigma KQ equal to 1 to N delta VQ YPQ cos of theta PQ plus delta P minus delta Q. Next QP equal to VP sigma Q equal to 1 to N VP YPQ sine of theta PQ plus delta P minus delta Q. Okay, by using these two formulas, we are calculating the P2 calculated value and Q2 calculated value. Okay, after calculating this P2, Q2, we are calculating Q2 calculate, delta 2 calculated and delta 3 calculated. Okay, next we calculating P2 power 0, that is P2 specified minus P2 calculated. Okay, same as that of in the Newton-Raphson method or decoupled method. Okay, these two are the basic formulas. Okay, PP equal to VP sigma Q equal to 1 to N, where this is the 3 bus matrix, therefore N is equal to 3. N is equal to 3. VQ YPQ cos of theta PQ plus delta P minus delta Q. Okay, and then expand this formula and then substitute all these values. Okay, V2, V1. Okay, P is equal to 2. Why? Because P is equal to 2, this is PP. PP means instead of P, we are considering as the 2 value. Okay, that's why P substitute P is equal to 2, that is V2. Okay, magnitude VQ means the Q is equal to 1. Magnitude V1 Y21 cos of theta 21 plus delta 2 minus delta 1 plus P equal to 2, Q equal to 2. V2 Y22 cos of theta 2 plus V2. Okay, delta 2 cancel. Okay, this is P is equal to 2, Q equal to 2. Therefore, plus delta 2 minus delta 2 gets cancelled in this second formula. Okay, plus V2 V3 Q is equal to 3. Y23 cos of theta 23 plus delta 2 minus delta 3. Okay, and substitute these all the values. Okay, and then simplify. This is P2 calculated value. This is P2 calculated value. This is P2 calculated value. Similarly, we are calculating the Q2 calculated value. Similarly, we are calculating Q2 calculated is equal to, Q is equal to 2. Q is, sorry, P equal to 2. V2, this is VP and this is VQ. Not VP, this is VQ. VP, VQ, YPQ, sine. Okay, that is the difference between the PP and Q. P means the real power, that's why we are considering as the cos term, and Q is the reactive power, that is then we are considering as the sine term. That is only the difference between P and the Q formulas. The remaining terms are similar. Okay, then expand this formula. P is equal to 2 and Q equal to 1 to N, where N is equal to 3. Why? Because it is taken as 3 means the 3 bus system. Okay, understand, ma? Next, we calculate the Q2 calculated. Next, we are calculating Q2 calculated value. P3 calculated. In that P3 means considering P is equal to 3. Okay, P3 means the P is equal to 3. Why? Because we are taking as the 3. This is PP formula. PP. Okay, and then Q is equal to 1 to 3. Q is equal to 1 to 3. Okay, Q is equal to 1 to 3. Expand this formula and substitute all the values and then calculate the P3 calculated value. Okay, this is the P3. Okay, this is the P3 calculated value. Okay, similarly, we are calculating the Q2 calculated. Q2 calculated. Okay, in that Q2 calculated, P is equal to 2. Okay, Q2 calculated, P is equal to 2, Q equal to 1 to 3. Okay, expand this formula and then substitute all the terms, and this is the answer for that Q2 calculated value. Okay, next, okay, we are well known about this formula, that is delta P2. Okay, delta P2 equal to P2 specified minus P2 calculated. Okay, delta P2 equal to P2 specified minus P2 calculated. What is the specified value that will be given in that question? P2. Okay, this is the specified value, that is 0.5. Okay, substitute this value in this formula. Okay, P2 specified is equal to 0.5 minus P2 calculated. Okay, this is the P2 calculated value. Okay, this is the P2 calculated value minus 0.03 per unit. Okay, this is the P2 calculated value. Similarly, delta P3. Similarly, delta P3. Delta P3 equal to P3 specified minus P3 calculated. Okay, this is also there in that question, and this is the calculated value. Then we determining the change in the P3. Delta P3 means the change in the P3 value. Okay, this is the given value in that question, and this is the calculated value. Okay, well, then we calculate the changed P reactive power, active power, that is delta P3. Okay, active power at bus 3. Okay, active power at bus 3. Change of active power at bus 3. Okay, this is the change of active power at bus 2. Okay, next Q2 means this is the Q3. Q3 specified minus Q3 calculated. Similarly, we are calculating the delta Q2 value. Okay, delta Q2 means the reactive power, change of reactive power at bus 2. Change of reactive power at bus 2. Okay, therefore delta Q2 equal to Q2 specified minus Q3 calculated. Minus Q3 calculated. This is the reactive power at bus 2. Change in the reactive power at bus 2. Next, similarly we are calculating the delta Q3. Similarly, we are calculating delta Q3. Okay, therefore delta Q3 equal to Q3 specified minus Q3 calculated. Okay, after calculating Q2, Q3, P3, P2, then we determine delta P2 by V2 equal to minus B2 to. Similarly, okay, in that formula we are having the delta P3 by delta P3 e to power 0 equal to minus B2 to minus B23 minus B32 minus B33 and delta to delta 3. Okay, substitute all these values in this formula and determining the delta 2 and delta 3 values and determining the delta 2 and delta 3 values. Okay. Next, calculate delta 2 dash. Okay, delta 2 dash equal to delta 2 plus delta 2. Okay, delta 2 means this value. This is the delta 2, delta 3. Okay, specified value we are assuming delta 2 is equal to delta 2 is equal to 0, and also delta 3 is also equal to 0. Okay, delta 2 is equal to 0 and delta 3 value is also 0, and delta 2 and delta 3 that will be calculated by using the fast decoupled load flow method. Okay, this is the delta 2 dash and this is the delta 3 dash. Okay, then we calculate the delta Q3 by delta Q3 by V3. Delta Q3 by V3 is equal to minus V33 delta V3 minus V33 delta V3. Okay, we already calculating delta V3 value and V33, and we calculating the delta Q3 and also V3 power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, then we calculate the delta V3 value. Okay, then we calculate the delta V3. Okay, next we calculate the delta V3 dash. Okay, delta V3 dash is equal to delta V3 plus delta V3. Okay, this is the specified value and this is the calculated value. Okay, this value that is 0.03 minus 0.03. Okay, minus 0.03. Okay, V3 dash is equal to V3 power 0 plus calculated value. Okay, this is the specified value plus calculated value. Okay, then we determining the V3 dash value. Okay, then we determining the V3 dash value. Okay, after the first iteration, which parameters we will be determined? That is delta 2 dash and delta 3 dash and V3 dash. Okay, these parameters will be determined after the first iteration process. Okay, after the first iteration, we determining the delta 2 dash, delta 3 dash, delta V3 dash. Okay, understand ma? This is the procedure for solving the load flow equations by using the fast decoupled method. Okay, by using the fast decoupled methods. First of all, study the given data and then form the Y-bus matrix. After forming this Y-bus matrix, we are calculating the G values and the B values. After forming the Y-bus matrix, we calculate the G and B values. Y is equal to the G minus JB. Okay, therefore Y is equal to G minus JB. Then we calculate the G values and the B values. Next, we perform the fast decoupled method. The formula for that fast decoupled method is the delta P V2 by delta P V3 dash is equal to B22 minus B23 B32 minus B33 delta 2. Okay, by using this formula, we calculating the delta 2 value and delta 3 value. Okay, delta 2 and delta 3 value. Okay, after calculating this value, we are calculating the change in the delta. Okay, that is the specified value. Okay, next calculate the PP, P2, P3, Q2, Q3. Then calculate the P2 calculated, sorry, delta P2, that is the active power at bus 2, change of active power at bus 2. Next, change of active power at bus 3. Next, calculate the delta Q2 and delta Q3, that is reactive power, change of reactive power at bus 2, change of reactive power at bus 3. Then we calculate the fast decoupled method formula. By using this formula, we are calculating the delta delta 2. Okay, delta delta 2 and delta delta 3. After calculating delta delta 2 and delta delta 3, we are calculating delta 2 dash, that is delta 2 plus delta delta 2. Okay, then we are calculating the V3 dash. Okay, by using this, after the first iteration, we are calculating the delta 2 dash value. Okay, we are calculating delta 2 dash value, and then delta 3 dash value, and also the V3 dash value, V3 dash value. Okay, this is the fast decoupled load flow solutions. Okay, by using this method, we will quickly obtain the load flow equations. Okay, by using this method, we quickly obtain the load flow equations. Okay, this is the one of the simplest method or very quick method for finding the load flow equations when compared to the decoupled method. But in that case, we are having the some errors that will be obtained while calculating these load flow equations. That's why we are commonly used methods for solving of that load flow equations are the Gauss-Seidel methods and the Newton-Raphson methods. Okay, by using this Gauss-Seidel method and Newton-Raphson method, we are solving the load flow equations and then find out the voltages and currents and the power angles. Okay, that all will be calculated by using these methods. Okay, in this fast decouple and the load flow methods, we are calculating the voltages and the angles. Okay, understand ma? Okay, these are the 4 types of methods in the case of a power flow solutions. That is the GS method, Newton-Raphson method. Okay, in that GS method, we are having the 2 conditions. That is when PV bus is present, when PV bus is absent. Okay, in the Newton-Raphson method also, we are having the 2 conditions and then vector form and the polar form.